Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a wear and tear review video on my Louis Vuitton Palm Springs mini backpack. And I did mention in my handbag collection video, I believe, that mine is showing signs of peeling along the zipper edge right here. So I wanted to share that with you guys, show you other areas that have shown signs of wear. And I did contact client services regarding this, and I will let you guys know a little bit later how the process went and what they said. So let's get into this bag first. So I did do a review of this Palm Springs mini backpack before, so I will link that in the description box below. Today I'm just going to go over the wear and tear. So basically, you guys know that it has the black tabs instead of the vachetta on this one. And then there are the 4 rings here in the back for the straps. So mine is a made in Spain, and everything looked pretty good. Like, you know, it's from 2018, and all the alignment and everything was pretty good from the beginning. If you can see the tabs here, the black tabs here, there is a little bit of wrinkling, but the corners are okay, and that was another area that people had seen a lot of issues with wear and tear. And then here you can see that the black tab is curling a little bit, but again, the corner is okay. And then here's the other black tab, and you can see a little bit of wear there. Can you see that there is some fading, I guess, on the corner? And then finally, this loop right here, you don't see that much wear on that either. So I guess the handles also, there are no major signs of wear anywhere. And the handle itself has held up pretty well. And this bag is so amazing to hold just like this when you need to grab it and go. So the funny thing about the D-rings is you can see the top D-rings are actually pretty good. You do see a little bit of wear right there. And then here, this side seems pretty good. But yeah, the top rings are okay. And the funny thing is, I wear this crossbody almost all the time. Like I only once in a while use it as a kind of like a, you know, like a backpack or like a sling around my back. So the 2 top D-rings is where I use, where I hook the straps the most. However, it's really strange because the bottom ones, do you see that? The glazing is completely gone. And the other side, it's torn up, and that's so weird because I don't use the bottom rings. I hardly ever use the bottom rings. And so I believe that this happens when the bag like brushes against your body. I feel like that's what's causing it, and it's not necessarily having the strap clipped to it that is the problem. But yeah, I've seen this happen to a lot of people, and just the glazing just goes. And actually, this didn't bother me. Like, I would have kept this bag if it was just for that glazing. Now here, I do have this bag stuffed because that's how I like to keep it stored. If you look at the zipper and everything looks fine. Everything works great. And I do have this, I don't know if I do right now, but I usually have this pocket stuffed as well. If I stuff it too much, this curling happens a lot more, and so I don't stuff it too much, but I do like to put something in here so that it doesn't get crushed when I store it. Oh, and then the corners here, I was worried about these corners in the beginning because of the way it's constructed. However, the corners are pretty good. Like, I really don't think there's any signs of wear on the corners of the bottom pocket. So that's really good. And then one interesting thing that I saw on a posting in a Facebook group is that some of these Palm Springs mini backpacks have a stitch that goes along the top edge right here, while others don't have it, like mine. And apparently the older models with the zipper flap, you know, covering up the zipper, those all have this, like they don't have that edge stitching. And now the ones that have the exposed zipper have that stitching up along the top of the sides. So I don't know why that change was necessary or why it is, but this lady was actually in the Louis Vuitton. She had two Palm Springs minis sitting side by side. One was made in France, I think, and one was made in Spain, maybe. Anyways, two different bags made in different countries, and one had the stitch, one didn't, and they were both the exposed zipper. So apparently some of these factories are doing it differently. So sorry for the interruption, but if you see there's some that have that top edge stitching and some that don't, it does not mean that it is fake or anything like that. So just wanted to point that out because I just was recently made aware of that. So yeah, so the problem area is right here. So this zipper, they made it exposed in the newer models because of the way it zips. Like if you see this, and I'm doing this with one hand, so bear with me guys, but if you see this, when you open it, this zipper pull will just glide along the edge of this. And what happens is that it will start to peel. And let me just take all this out so that we won't hear all the clicks and the rustling of the plastic. But I'm going to try to do this so that you guys can see. But can you see that? Do you see that white? That is actually the canvas peeling off because of the zipper gliding by it continuously. So it doesn't happen here on the sides at all, but it starts right about 2/3 of the way up. And then the top, you can see it for sure. And yeah, that's what happened. So definitely, I mean, I was careful because it's such a struggle to open and close it. I always had my finger here. When I closed the zipper, I would like guide it with my finger, and it still happened. So I think it's kind of inevitable. If you have this older version, definitely check on it frequently because you don't want to end up with torn up canvas and then LV saying that they can't do anything about it because it's due to wear and tear. So anyways, just keep checking on it. And yeah, so here is the inside. It's completely black canvas, and you can see that mine is in very good shape. There's a little bit of dust, but nothing else. It's in really, really good condition. So yeah, everything else has held up very well except for the peeling there. And then, like I said, the two leather tabs holding the D-rings on the bottom. So, okay, so I took this. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do the straps before I get into the story part. So the straps, I've basically used one strap most of the time because I do like to just wear it crossbody. But yeah, you know, the straps, the leather, everything is pretty good. There's just hairline scratches there and definitely no real signs of wear and tear, like the glazing along the sides, everything is good. And then I also used my Bandolier XL strap with this bag a lot. So the black straps, they haven't seen a lot of wear and tear. So let me get into the how I contacted customer service. So I have been meaning to take this in to Louis Vuitton, but I actually have to drive over an hour to get to a Louis Vuitton, and I have 3 children, so it's pretty much impossible to do. My husband hates shopping, especially on the weekends. And yeah, like with their activities and everything, it's just hard for me to go by myself even. So anyways, it was a struggle to get to the store. So I had been putting it off. And finally I thought, well, you know, I should take it in, but then COVID happened, so I couldn't go. And then I thought, well, you know, due to COVID, I'm sure they're gonna, you know, be more open to having people, you know, people contacting them through email. So I decided that was what I was going to do. So I emailed the customer service using the links provided at louisvuitton.com. And the first person contacted me back, and she said, I'm sorry, this is something that the stores have to do. Or if you want to have it checked, you can send the bag to us and we'll take a look at it. And then I emailed her, okay, well, will you be able to provide me a label or anything. And she was like, no, you're gonna have to do that yourself and make sure it's insured because you don't want to lose it. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna send this bag at my own expense and then have them just return it back to me, you know. So I decided to not do that, and I was going to wait for the stores to reopen. But then I saw on the Facebook groups that some people have been getting success getting, you know, like customer service to actually take a look at the bags. And so I decided to email them one more time. And the second time around, the agent that had helped me said yes, they would be willing to take a look at it. So please send photos of this, like they had like specific areas that you want to take pictures of. They were like, make sure it's the front, back, the sides, and then the area of concern, they wanted detailed pictures on that. And then they told me to attach it to the email. And then they also had like some kind of limit on the file sizes as well. But so I sent all the pictures that I needed to send them. And then I didn't hear back from them for a few days. And then they emailed me back and they asked me, well, because we are not able to see the item in person, I'm going to need your purchase history, and I'm going to need, it was basically name, email, phone number, and location of purchase. So I had purchased this one pre-loved, so I wasn't able to do that. I wasn't able to provide them with all the information, and I didn't want to just use the person that I purchased it from. Like, I didn't want to use her name without notifying her or anything, and I didn't want to contact her out of the blue, so I just decided, well, I'm just going to say I was gifted it and see what they do. So, and then they also asked me that they needed the date code. They needed me to take a picture of the date code inside, and they told me where the location would be. And yeah, so I said, unfortunately, this was gifted to me, so I don't have the information you require, but I am attaching the picture of the date code. And I sent that to them. And, you know, fingers crossed, I was hoping they weren't going to make a big issue and reject it just because they didn't have purchase history. But luckily, they said that they have taken a look at it and assessed it. And yes, that they were going to grant me an exchange. And that they wanted me to, they wanted my name, which they had, so I don't know why they wanted me to write it again, but name and then a phone number, and also they told me to look up the closest location from me, and, you know, they wanted me to pick a location that I was going to visit, and they were going to have client services or a CA at that department expect me at a specific date. So I was like, no, I don't know when I'm going to go. I don't even know when the stores are. I think they are maybe open, but appointments are really hard to get. And plus, like I said, with 3 kids, no, I'm not going to do it. So I said, well, can they do anything else? Can a client advisor from that store just contact me? And that was last Friday that I wrote that email, and I haven't heard back from them yet. So yes, that's the gist of it. They are going to grant me an exchange or store credit, whichever I prefer. And then yeah, so all I need to do is take it in. I really don't know if I'm going to take it in, so I'm going to see if like a CA at that store will be able to, based on all the information that I already did get it approved from Louis Vuitton corporate, that, you know, they're going to just, I guess, have me ship it into them and then them ship an exchange out to me. I'm hoping that's going to happen. I don't know yet, but I'll keep you guys posted on what happens. But anyways, that's the story. This bag is so amazing. I don't want to give it up. And I do definitely want to get an exchange for the same item. I'm so happy that they were backing up their product, and, you know, they agree that this peeling should not be happening. And yeah, so I'm just excited that they're going to be exchanging it. The one thing would be getting one in my hands, because I know these are super hard to find, so hopefully it won't take too long, but I will keep you guys posted on that. So if you have any other questions about the wear and tear of this item, there really isn't anything else besides what I've pointed out. But yeah, if you have any questions about using it or whatever, how to contact client services, I mean, I'd be happy to help you guys out. So let me know, and then hopefully I can get this taken care of and have a better, easier to use Palm Springs Mini in my hands very soon. So with that said, I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next one. Take care, everybody.